I always thought love would hit like a lightning bolt, sudden, impossible to ignore, leaving everything changed. But he loved me quietly, so quietly I almost didn't notice at first. Before we continue, drop your city and time in the comments, and thanks for listening to my story. Now back to the story. The first time I saw him, I didn't even know it would matter. He was leaning against the corner of that old bookstore downtown, notebook in hand, scribbling something fast like the world could disappear any second. I glanced over, just a quick look, and then noticed him looking back. Not with intensity, not with arrogance, just noticing me, and for some reason I felt it in my chest like a soft tug I couldn't explain. We didn't talk at first, just small smiles, polite nods when our paths crossed. I caught him at the coffee shop almost every morning. He'd order black coffee, no sugar, always the same quiet routine. I'd watch from across the counter or outside by the window, thinking, who is he really? And why do I care so much? It wasn't dramatic, no big confessions or gestures, just little things. He'd hold the door for me when I had my hands full. His eyes would meet mine for a second longer than necessary when our hands accidentally brushed. He'd smile at me in that shy, awkward way that made my stomach flip. I kept telling myself it was nothing, just friendly, just coincidence, but deep down I knew I was falling for him. Weeks passed and the quiet love kept building. I noticed him everywhere, the bookstore on Friday nights, the park when I took long walks to clear my head, even at the corner diner, sipping coffee and reading the paper like he belonged to the world and not to me, yet somehow I wanted him to belong to me. Then one day, by chance, we collided. Literally, I was rushing out of the cafe, phone in hand, not looking where I was going. He was coming the other way, deep in thought. Our shoulders bumped, coffee spilled, my heart nearly stopped. "I'm so sorry," I blurted, staring at the mess on his jacket. He looked at it, then up at me, a half-smile forming. "It's okay," he said. "Really, it's fine." Something passed between us in that moment, a spark. A quiet electricity that made my fingers tingle and my chest ache. He chuckled softly, and I realized then that I wanted him to stay in that moment forever. From that day, our little interactions became more frequent. Coffee runs, library trips, late-night walks under streetlights that flickered and buzzed in the autumn chill. We didn't talk about feelings. Not yet. We didn't need to. Everything we felt simmered quietly between the stolen glances and accidental touches. But loving quietly has its risks, because I felt something shift, a pull I couldn't ignore. A tension building beneath the surface like water behind a dam, and I didn't know how long I could hold back my own feelings or how long he could hold back his. One night it all came to a head. I was at the park, sitting on the swing, arms wrapped around myself. The wind tugged at my jacket and I shivered. I wasn't cold. I was waiting for him. He came running, no warning, no pause, straight to me, and I knew the moment he reached me that things were about to change forever. "Hey, what's going on?" I asked softly, voice low, uncertain. He grabbed my hands, warm, trembling slightly. I can't keep it in anymore," he said, breathless. "What?" I whispered. "I love you," he blurted. "I've loved you quietly for weeks, maybe months. I can't remember when it started. And I can't pretend anymore." I stared at him, heart hammering. "You love me?" I asked, disbelief and hope mixing in my voice. "Yes," he said firmly. "Yes, I've been holding back because I was scared, but not anymore. I need you to know." And then he kissed me, not soft, not polite. Everything he had been holding back, all the quiet longing, all the tension, it poured into that kiss. My arms went around his neck. We were gasping, laughing nervously, lost in the moment. When we finally pulled apart, I whispered, "Finally, you lost control." He laughed softly. "Yeah, finally." Weeks went by and everything changed. The quiet love became real love. Every touch, glance, and word was deliberate, loud in its intensity. We talked for hours about everything, about fears, past heartbreaks, dreams, and the little things that made us who we were. But the slow burn wasn't over. It was just the beginning. One rainy afternoon, he showed up at my apartment unexpectedly. Dripping wet, hair plastered to his forehead, eyes scanning me like I was the only person in the world. "Come here," I said, laughing, grabbing a towel. "You're soaked." I know, he said, shivering slightly, but I couldn't wait to see you. We sat on the couch, sharing the towel, shivering together and laughing at how ridiculous we looked. And in that ridiculous, intimate moment, I realized I had never felt safer, more wanted, more alive. Days later, he took me to the top of the hill overlooking the city, lights twinkling below like tiny stars. We leaned against each other in silence, listening to the hum of life far beneath. Do you ever wonder why we waited so long to admit it? I asked softly. He shrugged. I guess we were scared, he admitted. Scared of losing the quiet, scared of ruining it, scared of loving too much. I nodded. I was scared too, but now I know love isn't about hiding or holding back, it's about everything. Even the scary parts. He turned to me, eyes intense. I can't hide it anymore, I don't want to. And that's when it happened again, that kiss. Slow, desperate, long. Every quiet moment we had shared exploded in one perfect, messy, unforgettable kiss. After that night on the hill, everything changed. We didn't rush, we didn't force labels. We just existed in that moment, letting the world spin around us while we focused on each other. Every day felt heightened. Every glance held meaning. Every touch carried the weight of all the weeks we had silently admired one another. Some mornings, I'd catch him staring at me while I sipped coffee. I'd blush, look away, pretending I didn't notice. But inside, it made me feel alive, wanted, safe. He'd send me little texts throughout the day, nothing dramatic, just thinking of you or can't wait to see you tonight. It wasn't grand gestures or social media proclamations, it was quiet, consistent, real. One evening, we were at my apartment, making dinner together. Pasta on the stove, music playing softly in the background, and the smell of garlic filling the room. He reached across the counter, brushing flour from my cheek, and I felt my knees weaken. You're perfect, he said softly. I laughed nervously. No, I'm messy, you're the one perfect. He shook his head. No, you're perfect to me, and I don't want to hide it anymore. I can't. That was the moment I realized something important. Love isn't always fireworks. Sometimes it's quiet. Sometimes it's the small things, but when it finally erupts, it's unstoppable. Weeks passed, each one more intense than the last. We explored the city together, late-night walks, coffee shop corners, parks that glowed under streetlights. He introduced me to his favorite bookstore, the one where we first noticed each other. I introduced him to my favorite diner, where the pancakes were too sweet but the coffee kept you awake. And through it all, he loved me quietly until that one night when the dam finally broke. We were walking along the Riverwalk. The air was thick with summer heat, the kind that makes the city smell alive and restless. I was fanning myself with a napkin and he reached for my hand. I looked at him. You're sweating, I teased. I don't care, he said. I only care about you. That made my heart stutter. I laughed nervously, looking away. You're ridiculous. No, he said, gripping my hand tighter. I'm serious. I can't hide it anymore. I've loved you quietly, but tonight I need to show you. Before I could respond, he pulled me close, kissing me with urgency, with desire, with every emotion he had kept bottled up. I wrapped my arms around him, letting the kiss consume me. The city faded. The heat, the lights, the noise all disappeared. When we finally broke apart, gasping, laughing, breathless, he looked at me, eyes glinting with intensity. I've been patient, he whispered. Quiet, but I can't anymore. I love you, all of you. I don't want to hide it. Tears pricked my eyes. I love you too, I whispered, my voice shaking. I've been scared to admit it, scared you wouldn't feel the same, but I do, I feel the same. That night we talked for hours, sprawled across the picnic blanket near the river, not about the world. Not about work or stress or plans, just about us, our fears, our hopes, the way we were slowly learning to love fully without holding back. He told me about the nights he stayed awake, wondering if I felt the same. About the little moments he cherished. My laugh, the way I bit my lip when nervous, the way I tucked my hair behind my ear without thinking. I told him about the moments I had noticed him. The way his eyes softened when he saw me, the small gestures that made me feel seen. It wasn't perfect, it wasn't easy, but it was ours. Real, honest. Days later, he showed up at my apartment during a thunderstorm. Water dripping down his hair, clothes plastered to his skin, looking like he had fought the weather just to see me. "Come here," I said, laughing as I grabbed a towel. "You're soaked," I added. "I know," he said, shivering slightly. "But I had to see you, I couldn't wait." We wrapped ourselves in blankets together, sitting on the couch, shivering and laughing. In that ridiculous, intimate moment, I realized I had never felt so safe, so wanted, so alive. We started building routines together, quiet mornings with coffee, lazy afternoons binge-watching old movies, long walks under city lights. He loved me in ways that were subtle, consistent, and profound. Every day I learned a little more about him. Every day he learned more about me, and then came another night that changed everything. We were lying on the rooftop, staring at the stars. The city hummed below, alive and chaotic. I rolled onto my side to face him. "I love how quietly you love me," I whispered. He took my hand. "You think this is quiet?" he said, eyes dark and serious. "No," I said, shaking my head. "You're right, it's loud. It's loud in the way that matters. I can feel it every day." And then he kissed me, slowly, intensely, like he was finally letting go of every restraint, every fear, every quiet longing. When he finally pulled away, he whispered in my ear, "I can't hide it anymore, I won't." That night we stayed awake until dawn, talking, holding each other, laughing, crying a little, learning how to exist fully in love without holding back. Weeks turned into months, months into seasons. Every day our love grew stronger. Every day he continued to love me quietly until the moments when he didn't. Until the moments when the quiet exploded into passion, into honesty, into vulnerability. And that's when I realized the truth about love. Sometimes it whispers first, it lingers, it tests you. And then when the time is right, it roars, it consumes, it changes everything. And that night, he lost control. And I learned what it truly meant to be loved. Because quiet love is beautiful, but the love that finally breaks free, loud, unapologetic, all-consuming, that's unforgettable. Every day since, I carry the quiet love that became loud. The love that waits, the love that fights, the love that never lets go. Every time I think about it, I smile, because he loved me quietly until one night he finally lost control, and I wouldn't change a single second of it.